Right, we are joined today by
Nathan from Mosaic.
and
Charlie from Mosaic.
and I'm Sam and
Amber.
so we worked on your site early in the year. It's all been live for a while now. We've done loads of stuff since, which has been amazing. So we want to get you together to talk about how the sort of collaboration worked, how the process was, from before, during, afterwards, and then we'll probably go off some weird tangents.
Yeah,
So,
as always.
yeah, that's all good. So, oops, not this. Let's just trash the joint. So I think let's start with what was the initial need? So when you came to us.
I don't know what Charlie thinks, but for me, when I started at Mosaic as their marketing manager and sort of getting my foot under the door, I thought the current website they had was... I didn't think it felt like it represented what Mosaic were trying to be
right.
as a company. It was okay. It did a job, but in the industry we were in, with all these fancy like craft ales and snazzy breweries, I thought we could be a bit more outlandish and a bit braver with our website. And I reckon we achieved it.
Excellent.
So there's nothing wrong with the website. I just thought it needed freshening up.
Yeah.
And a
funky.
bit more funky, yeah, exactly that.
I think web does change so rapidly.
Yeah.
Things just can get outdated.
Yeah.
I look at our website has evolved over the years, and there's still some pages which are older. I'm like, I hate them. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
They're just not who we are anymore.
Yeah.
And I guess Mosaic were kind of lucky because I'd come in fresh. So I think it's quite easy just to like, oh, it's okay, it's doing a job, all right, let's crack on with our actual work. But bringing me in sort of made me, I guess it was like a new set of eyes on it.
Yeah.
And I guess we just wanted to be a bit more ballsy with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I think from our early conversations, I could tell the vibe and energy from what you needed.
Yeah.
Which I love, and I think this is one of our watch points. Is we want to work with people who can really make a difference with.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I loved about meeting you, Sam, actually, because you got it straight away. That's what I loved working with D-Type and Sam. I would throw stupid ideas at you, and you made them better, as opposed to going, no, look, that's not. That's
I think
like you didn't rein me in as much as yeah. There was a few times that we went a bit crazy, but you got what we were trying to achieve very, very quickly, and enhanced ideas that Charlie and I had for the website, without being like almost on our side. Like I've worked with designers and stuff. Well, I've been a designer, and I've worked with designers and stuff, and I always find, I don't know what you think, but I think sometimes designers can get a bit blinkered and be like, well, I'm the designer, I'm going to do it this way. And Whereas what I loved about you guys was we threw stuff together. Like I said, sometimes we went a bit crazy and you reined it in a little bit, but you got the brand very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Cool.
And in fact, absolutely nailed it.
Wicked.
And it's been fun as well, hasn't it? Like we've had some proper funny times doing this. So.
It has, yeah. And do you know what? I'll be honest. I was a little bit nervous at first because I knew you were a designer, and I was like, could this be awkward? Because will we clash on things, stuff like that. But we've both been doing design for a long time.
Yeah.
You learn to set your ego at the door and say what's right for it, what's going to be the right approach.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And actually bouncing some ideas around, you come up with a better result.
100%. Yeah. And like I said, I thought we worked brilliantly together, and you nailed it.
Excellent.
And then that's gone on to doing all the other crazy stuff that we've done together.
I mean, I really got your vibe of just doing things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Very different marketing approaches.
But I think that worked. I think it's probably not for everything, but I think for like our little corner of the print market, be a bit different, be a bit crazy.
Yeah, you need to
like,
stand out.
Yeah.
Well, and all like the social media side, I always find the stuff where we're like not so serious, dicking around, does much better than by beer mats.
Yeah.
People know what we do.
Yeah.
So let's have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah. I did I'm going to drop this in. I did on the old site, there's one of the slides that said, for that larger quantity.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, that could be really powerful in a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
But I kind of think, this is what we can do, these things, right?
Yeah.
It's, be braver with it.
Yeah, I think so. And just, it was a bit, like I would say the old website was too safe for who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had to sort of sum it up in one sentence, it was a bit safe.
Cool.
And we've gone unsafe.
Unsafe. I like that. Is that good?
Yeah.
I think it is. So that's you know the sort of the look and feel, the visual aspect, which you know, let's face it, that is the first thing you see, and then it's functionality. So maybe Charlie, let's talk about what we did with terms of functionality.
Yeah.
Over to you in terms of what we briefed and right in the deep end.
Yeah, so the main thing we wanted was for the building your own beer mat to be as smooth as possible, because we had a lot of issues with that on the old site, and it's just working a lot more easy now. It's all of it's just, you know what bits you got to go to. You can find where your information is for help, contact names and things. It just flows a lot better than the old one did.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, sorry, just jump on. No, I was just going to jump on. But I thought, like, with the beer mat builder, I think that became its own thing as well. Whereas that old website,
we had a load of design before.
Yeah. So it was literally just like a portal for chucking your artwork at it. Yeah. Whereas now, we've got a beer mat builder.
Yeah, you can start with an image, add text. You can
much cooler, much more funky, much more ballsier.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I jumped on your question there. Sorry, mate.
And we're talking about other things in terms of automating things. So, like CSV downloads, there's a couple of things let's talk about in terms of like how do we then save you more time.
Yeah.
So I think this is what we look at a lot more now. It's just we have form and function is our approach, right? It's got to look beautiful, but it's got to work well. Otherwise, you've lost. You know?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Saving you time as well. It's like the biggest thing.
So,
your website is like another person.
Yeah,
definitely.
Saves the phone calls asking, don't know how to do this part.
Yeah.
And,
I think we talked a lot about building more resources. We're talking just now about like if you get stuck with the beer mat builder, for example.
Yeah.
Well, let's build some content around that. And
that's probably the next little mission we'll go on. But I love it. I like the fact I like the fact people refer to it as the beer mat builder.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of become its own thing. And then Josh in the studio, he was looking at the beer mat builder, and I hadn't looked at the logo for a long time. When I saw it again, I was like, I nearly swore then. Sorry, Sam.
That's right.
That is really cool. That is.
Yeah.
It's got its own. Yeah, it's kind of its own thing.
We've got an adult audience here, so you're
no, but my mum will tell me.
Fair dues. Cool. So another thing which we sort of spearheaded with this as well was Battle of the Beer Mats.
Yes.
Another wicked kind of that's almost its own little entity as well on our website.
So tell us about that.
Another one of my weird ideas that popped into my head. It was actually I saw a Battle of the Bands poster.
Yeah.
And I think Charlie and I were trying to come up with like a way of promoting beer mats to the smaller kind of like Joe Public sort of thing. This Battle of the Bands was in my head, and I thought, well, why don't we do Battle of the Beer Mats? Just pick 4 of our favourites every month, and get them to vote for the winner, and then there's a big final in December, and that properly kicked on.
It did,
but the beauty of it, it's a lovely thing because you're showing off the 4 best designs of that month. So from a visual point of view, it's wicked. From an actual like marketing clever point of view, the absolute brilliant. You've got 4 unknown people getting their followers to come to your Instagram page.
Yes.
So the analytics for the people that don't follow you outweighs your followers that are looking.
Yeah.
And we have that every month. So you're getting people walking past like your shop window.
Yeah.
New people every month by the hundreds.
Yeah.
So it works on so many levels. It works visually because you're showing off that look what we printed. But from an audience grabbing point of view, absolutely wicked.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's properly.
I mean, the idea of collaboration is we'll come to that a bit later actually. But then we've built. We'll show a sort of walkthrough of this on the video. We've built a sort of builder on the site, not builder. It's like a framework to celebrate on the site.
Yeah.
So we've done it so again, individual people can share their month.
Yes.
So you can look at everything.
Yeah.
And that all comes whizzing over to Amber.
Amber, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But that's the other beauty, and the way like you styled that on the website, Amber. I loved how clean it was. You've got the 4 pictures. It's like a grid. I love that it's almost like a digital archive of our best stuff.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Beer Mats will get better the more years it goes on, because it's almost like our running portfolio.
For sure.
Which I absolutely love. It's cool.
We can soon do best of the years, best of 5 years.
Well, imagine that.
Beer Mat the decade.
The guy that won it last year, Daniel, the Eggman, we call him.
Eggman.
So right.
Yeah.
But what I love about, because he's a lovely guy, but like he was on BBC News the other week because they featured him. He's really kicking on. He's got like hundreds of followers.
All down to winning.
and I like to think. I mean, he might disagree. Maybe he'll watch this. But what I like is he was just an artist. He was just a bloke that painted eggs.
Yeah.
And then
just a bloke.
I know. He'll absolutely rinse me for that. But and he won it because he properly embraced it. He's a really cool guy, and his artwork's stunning. And in fact, we've just done some for him again because his local, I think it's like a venue for bands, is struggling.
Yes.
So he's going to hold an art exhibition in I think it's called the Dorothy Pax, I think it was called, to try and raise some money for them. He's doing like signed beer mats that are going to be like really rare. I love that.
I got in a real rabbit hole exploring that the other day.
Yeah. He's a cool guy, and I think when we FaceTimed him to tell him he'd won, he genuinely seemed like proper chuffed. It was like he proper got it, and
nice.
But we've become, he checks in with us every so often and stuff, and that's through Battle of the Beer Mat. So just cool. We've got one more heat round next week, and then it's the final. So game on. Game on. But back to the seriousness. Amber, I loved how you've laid it out. It's just stunning, just wicked, just dead easy to navigate, and
that was it was quite a technical challenge. Like, how do we make it so it's easy to view them all? But then we want to share that month easily.
Well, potentially, you think as the years go on, the way you've done it, it's very easy to go, well, let's have a look at 2022, 2023, 2024, and it's almost like a library. I loved it. Really cool. Really nice.
So, on the spirit of collaboration, then. This got kickstarted a load of things we've been doing. So, first one is why there's some cans of special brew on the desk.
It's the afternoon, isn't it?
And why in the summer did someone spot me pouring a glass of special brew down the kitchen sink? So you've been hounding me for ages to do some beer mats, and it took me forever to do them, but now we've got them. I've got some more ideas.
Okay,
like that.
Right.
So we did the journey of the beer mat.
Yeah, from start to finish. I feel like I'm talking loads, Sally. Do you want to jump in? You're right. No, we won't. People will be like bored of my boring voice. We did a little video from start to finish, really, wasn't it? So Sam screen recorded designing the D-type beer mats, filmed it on press. You high-fiving Martin when you signed it off, an actual press pass, personal highlight.
A little bit staged.
No, not at all, of course not. And then, the culminating with you drinking a can of special brew at your desk, And
that was also a kind of cross between, Xylo Brew, who are one of our clients, that was their 5-year anniversary as well, so all tied in really nicely with that.
It's just a cool... That was the start of what I would say that I knew that we would be working with D-Type on more stuff from the future. I thought, Sam's reading off the same page as us, I would say. And then...
I kind of feel like we've got some crazy ideas, but it's rationalising what's going to work and having the team to implement it as well. That's the key, right?
But that kind of goes back to when we first met you. I thought straight away, like we said, Sam's cool, isn't he? And then
it's the vibe we wanted.
Yeah, exactly right.
Cool.
And then, like I think you said it once, like you knew that we would say yes. I think you phoned us up to do something. I can't remember which one of the things we've done, but you thought Nathan Charlie would be up for that. Yeah, that's what I like.
Well, so that was what video was that?
I can't remember, but I remember you were like, I knew you'd be up for it.
Yeah,
like,
I think so the Blair Web will come to that in a minute. Yeah. So you said yes before knowing what it was.
Of course.
I think that was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, right, just laugh something.
Obviously.
We've done a couple now, so I think we've built up some good network of people who like, yeah, I'm in. What we're doing.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Exactly. Exactly. So Blair Webb then, that came out quite recently.
Yes.
That I thought, oh, it'll take us half an hour to film it one evening.
Yeah.
3 hours later.
What a laugh.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was really a part of our ideas. You know, we've been breaking out the mould more this year. We've been looking at themes. Amber's been putting together some content schedules for us. Yeah, tell us a bit about where that came about.
Well, I think it was your idea, but we always have these Wednesday marketing meetings where we just come up with all these ideas, and we thought this one tied in quite well with one of the things that a lot of people struggle with the website is the process. So it puts a lot of people off, like they don't have the time, they don't understand any of it. So the thought process was, well, let's explain the process and all the scary things, but how we can help, which somehow turned into a project.
I think we have a bit of a quarantining session. We're like, right, let's get the ideas down. Right.
Yeah.
Is it relevant first? Or is it? Is it relevant? Is it worth doing? Can we do it? Have we got time? That thing. So we've got a lot in our sort of maybe one day folder.
This one stood out quite like it just made sense.
It seemed to work.
Yeah,
I think
it's making me laugh actually, thinking about, like, I was thinking about who walked into the hedge tree thing downstairs. Was it me or you?
I think we both.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the bloopers reel coming
right,
up.
Okay. Yeah. I had to go when I got home. Because she said, where are you going? It's like, I've got to go and film a video with Sam at D-Type. So what were you doing? So I was sort of like chasing Charlie around an old school in the dark. But the thing is, she's got so used to it now. She's just, oh right, okay.
Well, so my wife Sarah, who's kind of stars in it, she's in the background. She's like, she's one of the scary monsters.
Was she SEO? Was she SEO? I can't remember.
I think so. Yeah. And she just rolls her eyes like,
it's funny.
But I think there's definitely more on the horizon on that.
Yeah, definitely.
We're looking at our next campaign. Oh, should we say about it? High performance. We're going to talk about it anyway. Right. I've got some ideas for that. It involves the grey hoodie actually. So
nothing wrong with the grey hoodie.
We'll talk more about that. But yeah, I think we really love the process. I think one of the main things, we do have regular catch-ups. You're on our service plans. You can always ask questions, support, ideas like that. So
that's the other great thing you guys do, because we're a bit just let things roll really, but you're very eager, like, you've got, like you said when you've got some hours in the bank, why don't you do something, use your hours, come up with something, and you're sort of helping us out in that sense as well.
I think for so long people are like, the website's done, I could put a picture on the wall. No, that's the start of it. What's
so I like that, sort of pushing us along a bit, and
I think because you are so active on social media as well. It all feeds back into it.
Well, almost of the website, like, I guess my job with all the socials is to draw stuff to the website. So if the website's looking as sharp as it is,
it's got to be worth going to keep people engaged.
Job done.
But this is what I've been thinking a lot about is social media. Obviously, you need to be on there because that's where people are. But also, you're limited to that, how they do things, and their algorithms, stuff like that. Once you get people to your website, you can communicate more. It's you. And I think
the journey.
Totally. And it's you. This is what I really try and distill the website is representing you.
I guess we've kind of gone full circle. I didn't think the old website was representing Mosaic.
As it currently is.
But I do think it is now. I think we've got that feel. I thought that the other day actually when we've changed the logo to be a bit more Christmassy. Josh was tinkering with it, and I actually looked at that because you helped with that, didn't you? You helped with the rebranding as well. It wasn't just the website, the new logo and stuff. And Josh was like tinkering with it, and I actually felt we've got a brand now. I think that sign and the magenta, that symbol on the tops and stuff. I think we've got a full proper brand. Because I forgot we worked on that together.
That all sorts of ideas about.
God.
But that's part of the process.
Exactly.
I've got to say, I'm still quite fond of your Clarendon sans serif text. It's just got a bit.
You love that. I remember you saying that at the time.
Classic. Good. Cool. Well, thanks, guys. Lovely to chat with you as always. More stuff in the pipeline.
We'll get you guys in for the Friday throw, I think.
Excellent.
So get practicing, throw some beer mats across here. You can be.
Show us all.
Yeah, you can get us home early on a Friday.
And I think we'll need to see whose idea is going to get vetoed by the other party first.
Well, I reckon we're in whatever you're going to suggest.
All right, sweet. Okay.
Definitely.
No.
Charlie's shaking her head. But
Me.
Yeah.
Sure. Wicked, thanks folks.
Well, cheers. Thanks for having us over.
All right.